Okay guys, so I'm going to take a second stab at developing a default 404 page for Highlevel. Now, if you saw my previous video on my YouTube channel called How to Set Up a Default 404 Page in Highlevel, that's taking advantage of Cloudflare transform rules. That is a viable solution. It does work great, but there's some things that you got to be privy to. If you ever add additional steps within the funnel or add additional pages within your website, then you got to come back to that transform rule and add those specific paths, and that becomes a little bit cumbersome. So that's not the preferred way. When I posted this video inside of Highlevel, someone recommended that I look into Cloudflare Workers, and so I spent some time on it, got a viable solution there, and is actually my now preferred way of establishing this function for 404. It's one time you just create it, one time you don't have to remember anything else in the future. It's perfect. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do. So I'm going to go back into my Maverick CRM. That's my agency. What I've done, this is just a real quick funnel that I put together, 4 pages. The caveat or the actual requirement here is that you do have to specifically create a 404 page, and that's what I've done. So if we go into to see how this page looks, just a straight up 404 plain Jane. Okay, so in your case, just develop that page however you want it to look. So if someone types in a URL that does not exist for your website or funnel, this page will be displayed. So make sure that you display relevant information of what you want that user to do next when they land on this spot. All right, so I've got one created. That's my placeholder. And of course, we do want to attach the custom domain to this funnel. We want it to be publicly accessible. So let's make sure that this path actually does currently work. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's open up a new tab. And we can see that it's displayed. So perfect. Okay, so step number 1 is to create that 404 page and verify it. Okay, so we get a check there. Let's move on. Step number 2, we're going to go into Cloudflare and we're going to create a Cloudflare worker. So let's go into Cloudflare. I'm going to go into my account, my funneltechie.com account, and on the left-hand side, let's scroll down and go to workers. And this is where we want to create a service for that specific function. So let's click on create a service. The service name, I like it to be named according to what its intended use is for. So in this case, it's going to be used for funnel techie or funnel hacker playbook, and it's going to be a 404 page. All right, so I'm going to name it like that so that at a glance I know what it's doing, what it's for. Where it says select a starter, HTTP handler does need to be selected. Once that's done, just click create service. Okay, it will take you straight into that services page that you just created. Now we need to give it a little bit more knowledge on what to do whenever a request is made. That page does not exist. What do you want it to do? Well, we do want it to pull up the 404 page. So this is the way we're going to do that. Click on create edit. In the left-hand side, go ahead and get rid of the existing code and then hop on over to my GitHub resource. So this is going to take you straight into my GitHub repository for this worker solution. So what you can do is click on the raw button and just grab the raw code here. So I'm just simply going to select and copy. I'm going to go back into Cloudflare, and then I'm going to paste my code in this box. The next thing that you need to do, where it says response equals await fetch, we do want to modify this line, and we want it to be according to what you coded back here inside of your funnel or website. Whatever that 404 page is, grab that, go back into your worker solution, and paste that within this box. Okay, we want this to be encoded in these parentheses, so make sure that's done, and then also these brackets. So that is crucial for that to be in place. Once that's satisfied, scroll down and click Save and Deploy. Yes, we do want to save and deploy that. Okay, once this button goes kind of light blue, you're done there. So go at the very top left, click Cloudflare. Let's go back into our account. And then let's go into the actual zone that this is intended to be used for. And this is Funnel Hacker Playbook. So let's click that. Now let's scroll down. We want to go to Workers Routes. And we want to add an HTTP route function. So click Add Route. In the route box, we want to put in HTTPS :// funnel hacker playbook.com/*. And the service name, we want to find the one that we just created, and the environment will always be set to production. Okay, click Save. And that's that. So now what we can do, let's go ahead and open up a new browser window and let's put in HTTPS. Actually, let's just put in funnelhackerplaybook.com / I don't know, stats. That stats does not exist. And you can see here that since that didn't exist, it's actually going to fetch the 404 page in that instance, and it will do that every single time for a page that truly does not exist. And if we want to put in a page that does exist, let's go back. What is the landing page? So landing-page, let's do that. Let's see what happens. So that page does exist. You can see there that it does take me to the page. Or if I want to go in raw form, let's see what happens there. Still takes me to that piece. What about the www version? This is something that I didn't go over within this video, but I do have other videos that are coming to show you exactly how to properly establish the www versus the non-www solution within Cloudflare. So I'll be putting that video up later, but both work. So guys, that's the solution. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be glad to help you with anything that comes your way. Thanks, guys.